Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Luis, coming to you from this old vape shop. I just wanted to introduce you to one of my friends, and his name is
Adam Cericola.
Adam Cericola. Where are you from, buddy?
Well, born in New Mexico, raised in Phoenix, and spent 10 years in Ohio. I'm back here living the dream in Phoenix.
Nice, nice. So you are a part of the vape community, and this is what I wanted to do with the show, is really just kind of either not only talk vape, but talk about vape with people who are in the industry. And Adam here, him and his brother have been in the industry since very early on, probably a few months after I started. You guys got into it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, basically walked in the shop one day, a couple months after you had opened.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, you told me my juice was shit. This guy was the biggest critic of our juice for, God, I don't know. When did we finally end up in your shop with a flavor?
Like when you came out with the Pro Art line?
When we came out with the Pro Art line,
Yep.
which was January of last year.
Right.
So basically 3 years you were
3 years. And
talking shit about the #1 selling flavor in Phoenix. That's great.
And that juice did pretty well everywhere else.
Yeah, it did really good.
But you know
Still
what?
in many shops here in Phoenix.
It wasn't my crowd. You know, my crowd was very because my store was based on Big Willie's custard for so long. You know, my store became the store that was known for desserty, rich flavors, and your guys' flavors weren't like that. I mean, not that they weren't good. It's just my clientele base at the time. I didn't think it would have matched up with him. Was I wrong? Did I lose a whole shit ton of money? Probably.
Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? But I remember it being like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then you put me on blast. You put me on Instagram, and you did a live.
Oh, that's right. You were so pissed. You was like, "Here, try this live on Instagram," and you were like,
"Yeah, it's okay." The pink one.
The pink one.
Yeah.
It was fucking fire, man.
So you still have that line going?
Yeah, still do.
What is the name of the line?
It's the Parrot Vapors.
Parrot Vapors.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. And it's still selling pretty well all over.
We got a couple of the flavors do. We re-released some 120s. That seems to be going pretty good for us.
Yeah.
But the turquoise, which is the raspberry inhale grape exhale, that has a cult following, kind of like Big Willie's.
Right.
And yeah, that outsells everything like 10 to 1. It's crazy.
That's cool, man. So outside of that, so you guys have done the convention circuit and everything. What have you guys thought about that? Like
We've done a lot of circuits. Shit.
Tell me some stories about that kind of stuff.
Well, you know, in the beginning it was fun, man. It was exciting. The first show we did was 2000.
It had to be 13 or 14.
13. We did a show in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then ironically, because of that show was shit for us. We literally had, I mean, our banner didn't look as good as this. It was just like some vinyl banner. And
right.
Anyways, we went out, we did the show, and we learned a lot. We had some friends because it was in Vegas, so a lot of people from here came up there, and it was fun.
Right.
But we walked in, and we were like, oh shit! Like we didn't realize the industry was actually that big at that. It was still early phases of vaping.
Right.
But there was still like
Space Jam was still huge.
Yeah, there was still like Space Jam had already cracked it, and because they had cracked it the previous year at ECC.
Yeah.
And then at that time, ECC was already sold out, so we ended up a buddy of ours that we had met through the show that was the first show basically got us in the back door at ECC, and turns out we went to ECC. We had a good success at that show, and then but we ended up having literally the worst spot at ECC. They had expanded it to like they had the full building, and then they made a tent outside, and we were in the tent, and we were near the door that never closed, and it was like 110 degrees, like super hot, and it just sucked. And then we had like a Parrot outfit for Aaron's girlfriend at the time, and she ended up like passing out, almost going to the hospital. So, but and then the trade shows got crazy, and then we ended up in 2 years now. We ended up in Miami.
Yeah.
And that's when vape changed.
Yeah.
There was a vape juice out then called, actually I think they just recently rebranded. It was called Sour Patch. You remember Sour Patch?
Yeah.
Everybody was flipping out like, oh my God, they got the cartoons and da-da-da-da-da. And one guy actually jumped over the counter at their booth that day, grabbed him by the neck and said, if I see you in fucking Chicago with this flag and these things, I'm going to beat your ass.
Right.
Guy calls security. Security's like, what do you want us to do? Show's over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for like 6 months. The whole vape community was like, yeah, no cartoons. And then literally the same people that were like, no cartoons,
right,
started pumping out cartoons.
Right.
Everything's fucking cartoons now.
So what do you think about that? I mean, like, obviously when the regs dropped on May 5th of last year and August 8th.
I think bright colors and I think there needs to be some creativity. I think some brands take it way, 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 way too far. Originally, I was totally against it, and now I'm a shop owner, right? So
now you see.
Now it kind of sucks, right? Because when we originally got our shop, we were like, no, none of these brands, blah, blah, blah. And we tried it, and it doesn't work.
It's fancy boxes and fancy labels sell.
Fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, I mean, obviously, I think we both try to avoid the kitty cartoon juices.
We try.
I know some of our juices here probably have cartoons on them, but they're not necessarily like...
Well, like the Red's Apple, that shit is fire.
Right.
But it looks like a freaking juice box, man, right?
It does. It does.
Like, come on, like, you could have... I don't know. But then they probably wouldn't have sold as many. So it's like, it's a catch-22, right? And at this point, the FDA's doing what the FDA is going to do.
Right.
And, you know, their intention is to keep us all on cigarettes, right?
It's horrible.
Because
it really is.
How do you feel about it?
I've only been pretty much a shop owner. I guess I do have a small juice line. But for me, it wasn't a... I've always just tried to avoid it from the get-go anyways, you know? But it wasn't like a major issue for me, the kitty labels. Not that I was looking for them. But early on in vape, they weren't very prevalent. And I definitely stayed away from the candy-looking ones, you know what I'm saying? Like the Sour Patch ones you were talking about.
Yeah.
Anything that kind of resembled that, or even a...
How do you feel about it as a whole? Like how do you feel like there should be some rules in this stuff?
We definitely need regulation. Labeling is so much. It's difficult because it is a nicotine product, and now we're considered tobacco in the FDA's eyes.
It's totally false, but in my belief,
I agree with you. But for me, it's like packaging does sell. You know, it is. It's why we have magazines. It's why every industry put something in a fancy shiny package that catches your eye. It's the reason why Captain Crunch has those colors and all the items in the stores have red boxes. Those are the things that you tend to grab. Doritos. You think about Doritos, right? It's a food. It's probably not good for us if we eat 10,000 bags of it.
I mean, you got the Sprite commercials and the Pepsi commercials.
Right.
And
I mean, Coca-Cola technically gives you life according to their commercials.
Which
let's
is
be
honest,
untrue.
I think gives you diabetes.
Diabetes and probably stomach ulcers.
Why aren't we putting FDA warnings on freaking Coca-Cola?
Because probably the FDA's patting their pockets somehow, somewhere. But, you know.
Because Big Pharma has nothing to lose?
They have nothing to lose because they're so loaded right now. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's my kind of opinion on it. I mean, I know we do have some boxes here in the shop that kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say borderline kitty, but they definitely have, you know.
Speaking of, like, how do you feel with this? There's a little monster on it. And this shit kills coils, but it tastes so good. I ain't gonna lie, dude.
Right. Well, we don't sell that here at this old vape shop, but
Sorry.
they do sell it at Parrot Vapors, right?
Oh, no, that wasn't a plug. I wouldn't really...
That's fine, it's fine.
It's just ironic.
No, I want you to talk about
that I'm fucking sitting here with something. But, I mean, like, my all day is purple. Like, that's... I've been vaping that since...
Right.
Like... Actually, I had a similar flavor as your boy.
Yeah.
Had a similar flavor that I was vaping before purple. It was who's your buddy?
Which one?
One of the original shops in town.
Matt Berger?
No, big one on Bell.
Ziquid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a raspberry flavor that was just fire. I don't know if they sell it anymore, but that's kind of what I mimicked. That's what I was kind of like. It was good, but back then, I was vaping 12 Nick.
Right. Yeah.
It was all Ego style pens.
Remember that?
5 fucking years ago.
It's crazy how it's grown so much.
So ridiculous.
And where it's gone to. And we talked about that last time with Matt, just how, like, right now is probably the pinnacle of vape, because you could literally vape a new good flavor every week for the rest of your life. You know? It's pretty wild.
So much juice out there.
And then the hardware, too.
Yeah, speaking of which, do you feel like they should regulate hardware? Like, how do you feel about that?
Should they regulate hardware? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I know people have problems with the mech mods. I would say regulate certain pieces of hardware simply because some store owners don't give a shit. And they don't educate.
Like what hardware? Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like mech mods with the hybrid attachments and stuff. The stuff that's causing these batteries to explode because people aren't being taught how to properly
anything
use
without
it.
Safety switch, basically?
Possibly, yes. I mean, I enjoy using my mechs. You guys have seen this. You've seen it in my few videos here we've done here. But You know, just knowing the difference in between a hybrid mech mod and a regular mech mod, and the top cap difference, and being able to use a tank with it, and a RDA, and what type of tank, and all the little different safety things that I know a shop like yours, a shop like mine, that we go through with the customers before we sell it. I mean, there's shops out there.
We stopped selling mech mods, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
No.
Are you guys still selling mechs?
I sell mech mods every now and then, but I definitely only sell it to people who know mech mods.
You actually sold me one of my. You remember you sold me, what was that?
Probably a Nemesis. No.
No, it was,
What was it called? It was the black one with the copper.
Yeah, the copper, no, not Cartel. I bought that.
Stingray,
Stingray,
yes.
yeah. And then after that, I bought the limited edition Cartel. That was fucking like $400.
Wasn't that? Remember that?
That's crazy. Cartel was killing it back then.
You and Sam were all crazy for those mods, man.
Yeah, so
you, Sam, and Ed.
Ed, yeah.
Yep. Ed from, what's his name of his juice company? Damn, I can't remember his name.
Paradox, yeah.
No, it's not. Omen,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is his last name?
That Paradox flavor is his #1 flavor. He's selling the shit out of that.
Yeah, he seems to be doing pretty good with it right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. What else can we get into? Shit. What are you thinking about? What do you think about the current status of the vape culture?
Man, vape culture's so whack right now. I ain't gonna lie. Like, call me whatever. Stop buying my juice. I don't give a shit. Like at the end of the day, like you see these people, like they get on.
Let me pull this over a little bit for you, if you can.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's just big thing in your face.
Yeah.
I think I was supposed to be close to this thing.
Yeah, you are, but you got to figure out how to do that leg there.
Like so.
There you go.
Something like that. All right.
There you go.
It's they love you 1 second, they hate you the next.
Right.
People I see. Well, God. All right, so let's just get into it. Let's just get into it a little bit. So 2016 January. Sorry. January 2016. Tell Aaron. Can you call Aaron? Tell him I'm busy. Just call Aaron and be like, I'm doing something. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, so January 2016, we launched our Pro Art Vapors.
Right.
Which is actually a play on letters. If you look at it, Parrots, it's literally Parrot comes out to Pro Art if you do it that way.
Right.
So
I
anyways,
thought that was very creative.
yeah, so it was cool. And so when it happened, so we knew we're part of NavB. Parrot Vapors. We've been with NavB since not as long as you, but early days.
Right.
Like
for sure.
we've been a member. We've been advocate for vaping. That's all I'm saying. There ain't no freaking cookies here. I don't give a shit. But my point is this. So we decided we spent literally $250,000 in 2015 running around the country, checking out different labs, doing everything we could find to find a lab that we felt, hey, man, they had a possibility to get through the regs.
Right.
Because we knew it was coming. Before they launched it, we knew it was coming. So we found a lab, Good Cat Laboratories out of Florida. Anyways, and truth be told, man, it was hard to make juice out of there because their base flavorings, they don't use Flavor West and all these, the same flavors that everybody else has used. They're actually they're designed,
specific, right?
Yeah, they're vape specific. Yeah, there's no diacetyl, no acetylene, no AP, no water. People don't realize that water in your juice could actually harm your lungs.
Right.
But what was important, it wasn't so much about their base flavorings. What was important to me was they have 10 to 15 scientists on staff and have had since 2007.
Right.
They are literally going to be doing the PMTAs in-house. They're the only lab in the country at this point. Now, they are currently working with other labs trying to help them prepare for the FDAs, which is coming up, right?
Right.
So we came out and we wrote this big thing. We're like, hey, this is what's different from our juice. All of our base flavors are already registered with the FDA.
Right.
People are like, oh, you're fucking liars.
Right.
So we put this information out, and it just happened to be on, one of these Facebook pages. And so what ends up happening, we put out all this positive information. We're like, hey, we're not saying we're better than anybody. We're just telling you what we're doing.
Right.
And what we're doing is no diacetyl, no AP, no acetylene, no water. We got scientists, degreed staff that is doing what we can to get through a PMTA.
Right.
So what ends up happening? What did the vape community do? What would you expect the vape community to do?
I would expect them to be excited about it and want to go work with that type of laboratory.
That's not what happened at all. No, as a matter of fact, we were called liars. We were threatened with lawsuits. And basically all of 2016, there was a campaign from major juice companies. Every time Aaron or anybody related to in our space would post anything about anything, we were ridiculed and just beat to death. And literally we went from 8 $120,000 months down to 10 G's in like 3 months, like, and it just wouldn't stop.
Really,
like, just killed us. And so, how do I feel about the vape community? I feel like, in one hand, they're like, "Hey guys, we want a better product," but then when you put out a better product, they want to defend, their cartoon juices.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, this juice I'm vaping right now has got packed with sucrose.
Right.
And I don't know what effect it has on me. I know it's safer than a cigarette, right? Like, it's safer than a cigarette. And I'm not going to judge them. I'm over here vaping it.
Yeah, according to the Royal College of Physicians.
Well, yeah, according to the Royal College of Physicians, right, exactly. They say cigarettes is 95% safer than, or vaping is 95% safer than a cigarette. Right. Minimum. Right. Could be up to 99.
Right.
Everybody, even here in America, they know that nicotine isn't the cause of cancer.
Right.
What is the cause of cancer?
The combustion and the burning.
The tar, right? The tar coats your lungs, you die.
Right.
Which nobody gets that, at least at this point. We don't,
Right. It's harm reduction.
Yeah.
And they're not acknowledging.
So what do we try to do? We try to compound on it because we know the FDA is going to come in here, kick everybody's dicks in the dirt, and then be like, "Hey, man, we want to end this industry because we want you to go back to cigarettes so we can sell gums, patches,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And pills. Which do you know the side effect of the pill that they actually were legally now allowed to remove from the warning label?
Suicide.
Yeah. The FDA said, okay, you can remove it from the warning label, even though it happens.
Right.
Right.
You don't have to warn people about it.
But they're here to protect us, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it is kind of a shady situation the way it's all panning out, and it lets you realize, it makes you realize that the powers that be will continue to be the powers that be.
Right.
And that sucks. Well, that's why we're all kind of combobulated here in the United States right now, but that could go into a whole other conversation.
Right, you don't want me to go down that road. We'll just pass. He's basically, Luis is saying, shut up, Adam, we're moving on now.
We're going to go. Yeah, well, that sucks, man. I know you guys worked really hard. I remember when you guys did the event over at ECC. When we went with you guys, that was a rough event.
That was rough, man.
Yeah, there was 1,000 vendors there, man.
Oh my god, you remember that?
Yeah, dude, I was there on the end. I think I sold more bottles than anybody else because I happened to get the end cap there.
Right, and you were selling 120s for how much?
Shit, $27.50.
Yeah, dude. Back then,
actually, no, I wasn't at that time. Those were 30 mils at $10 because we were doing the event specials. But we were doing 30 mils at the time. We didn't even go 120 at that point.
You were doing 30s then?
Yeah, we were doing 30s then.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
I swear a month in vape game is like 10 years, dude.
Oh, dude, it's crazy how fast it goes.
The only thing that seems to come fast is bills, right? You gotta fucking
no shit,
right.
Dude.
Time's slow unless you gotta pay a bill.
Right. I was like that this weekend, man. We had a good weekend. I was like, hell yeah, I can pay some bills.
Yeah, and then you probably racked up some debt since then.
Oh yeah, I've already racked it all back up again. But hey,
people come in your shop, they're like, I can buy that for fucking $20 online. Well then, go online. Guy came to my shop like 3 days ago. He goes, hey. He asked me how much the ice stick, or no, what is it, the sub-ohm stick?
Yes.
With the baby beast on it or whatever. He's like, how much is that? And I think it was like $54.99 or some shit. And he was like, I can buy it for $30 down the street. I looked at him and I said, then go down the street.
Right.
Because I can tell you the wholesale.
Right.
Like I was like, and I was being honest. I wasn't being rude. I was like, dude, if you can find it for $30, I was like, I would run there right now.
Right.
Like,
here's $300. Bring me back 10. So
right? Can you bring me back 10? Because I'm gonna turn around and sell them. Right? Yeah, exactly.
That's cheaper.
I'll
than
make
wholesale.
more money. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's another interesting conversation too. Is online presence of vape. Like, okay, so if we're considered tobacco right now, according to the FDA, I guess I'm wondering why online sales are still allowed, because you can't buy cigarettes online.
Because my easy answer for that is because until the states induce their tax situation,
right?
Because it's actually not a federal law to sell. It's a tax stamp thing, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a tax stamp. That's why you can't buy cigarettes in, say, North Carolina and bring them to Phoenix and sell them, because you can buy a carton of cigarettes for like 50% off, cheaper than what you can buy it here, because it's all about the tax. So it has actually nothing to do with federal laws. It's all state level. So it's illegal because you can't sell in the state without tax stamps. So
Right.
so eventually one day we're gonna have.
Is that thing messing up with you in the microphone?
Nah, I don't know. I'm just fat and move around, so
That's
who knows.
Okay.
So eventually you're going to find a bottle of juice and you're going to have a tax stamp on it, probably, right?
If we continue to be rated as
if we can,
tobacco product.
Now, there's hope that it might not happen that way. Like,
I've always had an interesting theory with the online vape shops. I always felt that it was secret businesses that Big Tobacco and Big Pharma put out in order to drive our prices as retailers to the ground. What do you think about that? Like, let's say Philip Morris or, I don't know, what's a pharmaceutical company?
Well, I happen to know some of the owners, so
right.
You
So
know?
it's not true, maybe.
So I mean, maybe.
Right.
At least the one. I mean, shoot, one of the biggest ones at one time was E-Cig's Supply, right?
Right.
E-Cig, was it Supply.com?
Yeah, but he's always done it right. He's never done the $3 over cost thing. You know?
And then you got, of course,
it was actually very expensive compared to other online.
Right. Oh, okay. Where is he still? Is he still high today?
No, I think he's kind of adjusted his prices. To
Probably
because
there's so many. There's so many more. Yeah, because back when he started, there was nobody. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
shit. As a matter of fact, back when he started, I used to buy 15 mils of juice from him for like $19.99.
Remember that shit, dude?
I used to get taxed like crazy, and then you'd be like, "Oh, if you buy 3 bottles, we'll give you a freaking 3% off or something." He was printing money back then, some bitch.
Right.
I'm not hating. I'm just mad I didn't think of it.
We still love you, Chad.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's
No,
cool. You got to make your money, dude. People don't understand the cost of the building, the lights, and everything in here.
Right, right.
Like people are like, "Oh my God, you made $500 today." No, I made like $3.85.
No shit. That's how it goes too. They don't realize it. They think, oh, we're
You
just
don't realize, dude.
the
They're
service.
like,
and
"Oh, we
the,
see you on Facebook. You're busy." No, I make you think I'm busy.
right to make you come in
Yeah.
because you think
Come
we're
on
busy.
in. You're missing the party.
That's why
we're doing this video.
exactly, man.
You guys don't know this, but Luis and I have gone through some shit. Like, in the beginning, I wanted to knock this fucker out. He's actually a really good dude, though, man.
We do. We get along really well, man. I'm glad
do.
we've
we
become
have our
friends
ups and
shot the
downs.
shit.
It's all good.
But that's how it goes, though, man. I mean, I've kind of
My best relationships have always started in conflict.
yeah.
Because it seems to me that like if I'm in conflict with somebody in the beginning,
Right.
I feel like we know each other's boundaries at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're just pussyfooting around and da-da-da-da-da, and 3 years down the road some shit happens, you explode, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know Adam was such a dick. Well, if I'm just a dick all the time, you know that's how I am.
That's how it goes, bro.
Yeah, so.
That's probably why we get along.
Yeah.
That's probably why we get along.
So, yeah.
Me and your brother, we hang out quite a bit.
Yeah, well, he's a rock star. So
He is a rock star, dude. He's a hustler.
Yeah, he's a pimp.
He's nonstop going, that guy.
Do you remember all the hate he used to get on Facebook? Matter of fact, he used to call me, too. You got to calm down on that Facebook shit. I was like, I don't give a damn. Just do what he does.
He did go crazy for a while, though.
Yeah.
What's up with him and
But
his
now
emojis, bro?
I don't think anything's changed. I think you just don't notice it anymore.
Well, because he finally started to use it and shit, like, in a proper way. But now he's got these fucking emojis he's putting up on everything.
What, the fire, the bee?
The B-E-A, beautiful.
Beautiful. What's beautiful, bro?
He's beautiful. He's like, he's trying to do like Jim Carrey and, what's the name of that movie? Where it says
fuck
that?
Jim Carrey.
B-E-A, beautiful.
B-E-A, beautiful.
Yep. But yeah, I love the shit out of your brother, too, dude. He's
Yeah,
such
he's a good dude, man.
You guys are complete polar opposites, though.
Oh, yeah, he's nice. I'm fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nice. Like, if you get to know me, I'm cool. I just, I
You're passionate.
Yeah, I'm passionate. That is,
Right.
I'm 100 either way. Like, if I'm sad, I'm 100 sad. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
but if I'm fired up, I'm like, people are like, he's screaming, and then people that know me like, no, that's just how he talks.
That's how Adam talks.
Like, he's not screaming. Like,
It's
if he was
normal, it's
screaming,
normal.
he'd be flipping shit right now.
Right,
Yeah.
That's
And that's what's
hilarious.
funny, too, is you've never seen him. Aaron's got a fire side to him, too, bro.
Does he?
Oh, man, he's freaking
He gets all
hilarious.
red and shit.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
He damn near broke the floor in the shop one day. It was
The
hilarious.
floor?
Yeah, he got all mad at me, picked up the chair, threw it on the ground. It was
Really?
yeah, dude, Aaron and I have been, obviously he's my brother.
Right.
And he's got a little bit of the Napoleon complex, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like younger brother, shorter dude. But, like, I love him.
Yeah.
Like that's my dude. I will knock anyone out for him, you know what I mean?
Oh,
but
of
at the same
course.
time, I will knock him out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. So,
would
if
pay
anybody's
to see
knocking him
that.
out, it's me. Right.
I would pay so. You'd
It'd
be
be
surprised.
hilarious.
I think he'd probably pop up, get you at least a couple times right in the mouth.
Yeah, but eventually I'd bite his dick off or something, you know what I mean? Because I don't play fair. Like, I don't care.
There you go. That's your brother. That's kind of
my
weird.
bro. I love it. Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, your brother is
edit
cool.
that out?
No, that's fine. We'll just leave it as it is. That's what I like doing about this. The last one when we did it was an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm just like, you know what? We'll cut it off at like an hour. That's probably long enough, but I like the natural, free talking about this kind of stuff.
It's
you know,
fun. I'm glad you invited me.
and it's
Thank you.
cool, man. No, I'm glad you came out.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk a little bit about your shops, man. You have 2 shops. Where are they located?
Yeah, so we bought the e-vapor zone on 75th and Cactus,
Right.
like 15, 16 months ago. I can't believe it's been out that fast. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
and they're pretty shops, man.
Whoop, whoop.
They look really nice and clean.
Yeah, the first store's freaking clean. We haven't put as much money into the new shop lately. The new shop is at 83rd and Union Hills. It's next to the Starbucks over there by the the Walmart or whatever.
So when you're coming off the freeway, you can see the sign, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It says Electronics right now. It still says Vapor Zone. We're getting it's just been busy. Because instead of having 2 shops, we got basically like 3 juice lines and things that we deal with. So, and to be honest, it's just me, Aaron, and our partner Efren, who nobody ever knows about. He's just the silent guy in the back that does all our paperwork, and
right.
He has a shift at the store too. He just he also has his other businesses that he runs. So, and then at the same time, Aaron is a real estate agent. In case anybody doesn't know, you need a house sold plug.
Right.
But
Aaron Cericola.
Aaron Cericola, right? You can find him everywhere on the interwebs.
And I'll tell you, Aaron Cericola is a hustler. If you're selling a house, that's the guy you want selling your house.
Yeah, that's the guy, man. He'll make it happen for you. But yeah, so our second store we just bought, matter of fact, from Vapor Zone. So they're completely out of Phoenix now. Their other shop in Chandler. Remember we went and looked at that?
We did.
Oh my God.
That was just an empty
parking lot. That was a shithole. Yeah, it's empty. We're like, oh, that's cool. He got 4 walls in here.
Right.
You want us to buy this?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Just wanted to get
there was literally a sign in the back that I stole.
You did. You did. You're like, I'm taking this. It says e-cigarettes.
It says e-cigarettes.
It's better than the handwritten one.
So I need a sign flipper.
I find the sign flippers don't work out here on Cave Creek, man.
No?
Nah, dude, because everybody's racing home, and that's a 6-lane fucking highway out there.
Yeah, well, that Union Hills, it's right off the freeway right there.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so much traffic there.
Right.
It's crazy. But what's crazy is our shop at 7 Cactus. So we just got this new store like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks. I don't know how long it's been. Anyways, we've had like 10 people come in that live within 3 blocks of our original store and don't know it's there.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't even know, like...
So it's just tucked away in the back of the parking lot?
It's in the Lily's parking... I swear to God, if we were next door at the Fry's, we'd be killing it.
Right. But Fry's and grocery stores don't want vape shops around them.
Oh, there's a smoke shop in there.
They probably got in before the Fry's, maybe.
No, it's new.
Yeah?
It's new. There's anyways, I don't know. We spent too much money putting in floors like you.
Right.
We got TVs hanging on the walls, and our first store is sexy. We got Bitcoin machine too, like
Bitcoin.
If you're into Bitcoin. You into Bitcoin?
I'm not into Bitcoin. I was telling you, my son's here. I think he just came in, but he was telling me about Bitcoin when we were in 7th, when he was in 7th and 8th grade.
You've been telling your dad about Bitcoin this whole time? Should have listened, huh? Yeah, it's like $2,600 right now.
Yeah, I think at the time
it was $2,800. I actually bought more Bitcoin last time. It was $2,800. Now it's $550. I'm a little pissed because people are fudding it right now.
Yeah.
But here's a prediction: February of 2018, Bitcoin will be worth at least $10,000. I said it here.
You said it here.
I said it here. So I'm coming back in February. We're going to talk about Bitcoin.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Do you know what Bitcoin is? Like, do you even know? Like,
it's like a digital currency, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's
no, I remember my son talking about mining for Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's a little hard to do now.
Right.
China's freaking mega miners.
Did you see you can buy a Bitcoin mining machine on Craigslist for like $4,000?
Yeah, you can buy them. You can buy them right from the Bitmain, which is the main Bitcoin miner. That's a whole other story.
That's what I don't understand. What is it mining?
All right, so this is what it is. So this thing called blockchain, basically the easiest way to put it, blockchain equals matrix.
Right.
So matrix is where digital currency, people are like, oh, well, I can just hack it. No, well, in the history of Bitcoin, nobody's actually ever hacked someone's private keys. It's like they haven't built computers basically fast enough to hack a personal keys yet.
Yeah.
So basically what it is at the end of the day, there were, by the year 2140, there will be a complete total of 21 million Bitcoins,
right.
Which means there will never be any more Bitcoins. That'll be it. That's all the Bitcoin it means. So what makes currency value? Do you know what gives any currency value?
Right now, I would say our military makes our dollar value.
No, the military, government, nothing. The only reason that money has any value is because you, me, and everybody else that uses it accepts it as a currency. Right. We're like, okay, this has value. We give it value, right?
Right.
But what makes currency? What makes it actually really valuable? First of all, it's got to be rare.
Okay.
Well, since 1933, the New Deal, Americans they've just been printing more and more money. So every time they print money, it's less rare.
Right.
They can just keep printing all they want, right?
Right.
And then number two, it's got to travel well. Well, the reason gold's never been a really good currency because it weighs so much, right? Like. It doesn't travel. Yeah, it doesn't travel well. Right. It sinks ships, exactly. Right. And then the other thing is it's got to be accepted everywhere, right? So Yeah, I don't know if you know, but the U.S. dollar is starting to be accepted less and less and less places because there's so much of it because they've been using it to buy and sell oil since like, what, 70s, 80s?
Probably.
And now the whole world's just covered in dollars, so they can't. It's just too many, right? So plus China, everybody knows that China prints up our money, right? Like everybody knows that like China prints our fucking money. It's crazy, right?
They print our money?
They print our money, so there's all this fake money. They're doing the same thing we did to Russia. Remember, that's how they stopped the Cold War. We basically started printing rubles, and then basically deflated Russian currency, and that's how we beat the Cold War.
I didn't know that.
And that's what they're actually doing to us right now. It's crazy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So all right. So what makes Bitcoin? Travels. I can literally send it from me to you. I don't need a bank. I don't need a driver's license. I don't need anything to transfer. And like the banks, you know, go to ATM, you can only pull out $500, right? So they control how much money you can have.
Right.
And that's not how Bitcoin works. Bitcoin is, you can literally, if you can store the keys in your head, you can literally, you don't need a physical wallet. You don't need anything. You can literally jump on a plane right now, land in Australia, and start spending Bitcoin.
Really?
And here's what's cool. There's no exchange rate. Like, I don't have to go to Australia with my dollars and flip over to whatever they use over there. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just Bitcoin. So Bitcoin really is the future. And it's actually the only way in modern history. It's the first time in modern history, over 100 years, that there's been a creation that can actually stop the banks.
Right.
It's like loose. It like keeps
loose.
falling.
It's driving me crazy. Let me see. There we go. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Wow. Do you have like a Allen wrench or a... Oh, I just need like a... Do you have a flathead?
Here, use
Mac?
this.
Okay.
Oh, a little technical difficulties here. We're going to fix this microphone for a few seconds. And hopefully
Look at that. Money. Good job.
Fancy stuff.
Thank you, sir.
All
So,
right.
yeah, so that's it. So, yeah, at the end of the day...
but you have to remember passwords, right?
Well, it's passkeys. If you get Bitcoin, I suggest...
But it has to do with memorizing it.
Well, you can.
I'm fucked.
No, well, then you do what I do, because I can't remember that much either. And that's, you buy a Trezor, it's like $100, and it basically stores your keys for you. So I have like, thousands of dollars stored on this little thing, but it actually is stored in the blockchain. Basically, all this little Trezor does is I can plug it into my computer, and then it activates my keys for me, and then I have access to all my Bitcoin. Plus, you can just send like Bitcoin to your phone. Like, you can do everything. It's amazing. Like, it's the future, dude.
So it's the future, but that's crazy because it's like, okay, so what do I exchange Bitcoin for? I can exchange it for cash, or
you can buy it. You can buy anything with it, dude.
Really?
There's thousands of websites online. You can buy airline tickets. You can buy.
Do they take pieces of a Bitcoin?
Yeah, so it's like Satoshi. So like, which are bits of a Bitcoin, right? Like, so if a Bitcoin, let's say, is worth $2,000, and you want to buy something for $100. Well, then it would be 0.05% of a Bitcoin, right? Right. So that's how it is. Yeah. So it's not like you waste your... No, it literally breaks down, like, in bits. And that's what's neat about it. And that's why... So that's the reason why Bitcoin is going to go up and go... The reason why I said, it's going to be 10,000 by next year, because here's the thing. You have a limited supply of something, and now, like, the baby boomers now are actually starting to get into Bitcoin. People are starting to understand Bitcoin. So now you have an influx of money in Bitcoin.
Right.
As the price goes up, people are going to be less willing to sell their Bitcoin because they're going to want more value for their money, right?
Right.
So as it becomes scarce, it becomes rare, which means the price has to go up because...
It's just like stocks.
Right. So they're saying within 10 years, the market cap of Bitcoin will probably be about $1 trillion, which is basically between the 100,000 to $500,000 range by 10 to 12 years from now. So literally, if you spend 3 G's today on a Bitcoin, there's a high probability that at 10 to 12 years from now, that 3,000 be worth $100,000. Some people are even speculating that up to 3.5 million, because at the end of the day, the euro's falling, the dollar's falling, and when all these currencies falls, people are no longer going to trust this bank system, right?
Which we pretty much don't anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire eventually fell due to over valuation of their money. They just kept printing basically useless money,
right?
And that's what happened. And history continues to repeat itself. So. This is it's a pretty amazing time, dude, because I love this country, hate our government, so I'm all about it.
You guys have a Bitcoin machine at one of your shops, right?
Yeah, at the new store, or the old store, 75th and Cactus.
75th and Cactus?
Yeah, they can buy and so they can literally cash out up to $10,000 at one time right there.
Out of the machine?
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, well, is it mounted to the ground?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It probably has GPS.
And we have cameras. We have cameras, alarm system, and bars, so.
There you go.
Good freaking luck.
I'm going to go through the sidewall. I'm going to go through the Little Caesars.
Yeah, that would probably be the most effective way.
Right. Dude, I had a tweaker come by here yesterday and asked to wash my window, so I gave him a few bucks, but he walked in, and when he walked in after I gave him the $4, he looked directly at my TV. I could have swore he was coming back last night to steal it. So
You have no bars?
nah, man, I got glass sensors now.
Yeah, and
So once they
probably
break the glass.
insurance, so, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
come on in, guys. The address here is. No.
Well, last time I what do you call it? Got broken into.
That's right.
I
God.
yeah.
It was that camera in that corner that was like all over Facebook,
Yep.
right? Yeah, I remember
That was probably the best day. I can honestly say that's probably the best thing to ever happen to a shop is get broken into,
Why?
because you get really busy because it's all over Facebook.
Oh, shit.
So,
It's like a catch-22. I'm like, here's
It
my
is.
address. Come in and rob me. And then,
right, don't rob me, please.
yeah, both
don't.
of our stores are covered in security cameras, alarm systems, and bars. That was a good thing about buying from this dude. He was super paranoid.
Your old homeboy over at Hayes Vapor got broken into last night.
Oh, fuck. Glendale store. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually like it's close to my house, man.
Did they steal a bunch of shit from him?
I honestly woke up late today. I was busy trading Bitcoin all night last night, so I've been, and I knew that I had you at 2 o'clock, so I was like, fuck it, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just going to roll it. And, you know, I have a drinking problem. Can't seem to find enough alcohol. No, just kidding.
No, you're not.
I know. It's not.
Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let me hand this to Max. That's crazy, man. Yeah, no, getting broken into does
You should be
suck.
doing this live, dude. You should do this live. People call in. You can take calls from people. I mean, you got a following. People love you, Luis.
But I'd have to use my phone to go live.
No, you don't. Well, then, buy. I mean, you got all this expensive equipment here. Let's get a camera in here one of these days and go live on. And people just ask comments on here. You could that would be really. I think that's what you should do, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think so.
kinda
People
like
like
the
you, man. I saw your article
People like me.
actually.
They like me very. What article?
You fucking rap god or whatever you
rap
are
god,
on
whatever.
friggin'
Vape rapper. It says
Vape rap god. That's what he is, Luis. 5'2" rap god.
5'3", sucker.
5'3". My bad.
Come on, 5'3"
Sorry.
and a half with Nike.
No, man, that's a big deal, bro.
It was
I
cool,
mean,
man.
What are the shop owners in Chandler? They were. God, I'm so bad with names. That's why I keep Aaron around. He remembers everybody's names.
Steve, no.
The pretty lady and the buffed up boyfriend or husband.
What's the name of that shop?
Tattoo guy. God, those guys are amazing, and I'm
The
so
guys from
bad. I
Germany.
apologize when you guys see this. I'm so sorry. I'm bad with names. You can ask
Copley's.
Aaron.
The Copley's.
Copley's? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. They have like 7 stores in Germany.
Uh-huh.
And the day your video came out, they were that song was like on a loop in all their stores,
Yeah,
dude.
that's what they told me.
Yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
that's Vape famous, bro.
That's not Vape famous.
That's Vape famous. You
I'm not
Vape
that
famous,
cool.
bro.
You know how I know I'm not Vape famous? I went to a couple conventions. Nobody even recognized me. I'm not like Pandora Blue, bro. That's Vape famous.
Well, there's a reason she's famous, right?
Should I do little video shots, photo shots of me like
What,
that?
like show your tattooed belly?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Actually, I'd probably make a lot of money if I wasn't a
So what are we gonna do? Fat guys with tattoos in the vape scene?
Fat
We should
tat
start
vapes.
Instagram. Fat
tat
tat
vapes.
vapes.
There we go, man. I like
Yeah.
it. Are
Holy
you tattooed?
shit!
You don't have tattoos, do
I
you?
got a tattoo right here. I got
Oh,
a couple
okay.
of them right here.
Oh,
yeah.
right on.
Yeah, it's it says live free because
That's what you
yeah.
want to do.
that's how, dude. Life is short. Life is crazy, and you know I don't. Yeah. Anyways, we're not gonna go down that path.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, I promised Luis I would stay true to vape, so I'm gonna do that.
That's it. We'll talk
One of these
about
days,
vape
I'm gonna
and
have him over at
Bitcoins.
my shop. And we're gonna get fucking ridiculous.
No politics or religion.
No, yeah, definitely not talking religion, and definitely not politics.
Yeah,
But
it's too crazy. It's like bar
yeah.
rules. It's bar rules.
yeah.
But yeah,
Bars. Is there a beer? Right?
there's a beer in the fridge. If you want a beer, you can have one. You're more
Knowing
than-
you, it's probably Bud Light or Coors Light.
It's
though.
Coors Light, dude.
Fuck.
What do you drink?
Not piss. That's for sure.
Best piss in the world. That's for sure.
Silver bullet.
It is. It kills werewolves.
That's okay. I'll give you that. That was good. I
It
like
kills
it.
werewolves,
Yeah, all
bro.
right. Kills
So,
werewolves.
I'm not a werewolf, so unfortunately, it can't kill me.
I got my gray hair. Maybe I'm.
Look at us, dude.
Oh,
You're grayer than me, but I
I'm
counted
gray,
them.
dude.
I counted them. There was 23 the other day.
You freaking counted them?
Yeah,
I don't want to count mine.
No, you couldn't
it's
count
way,
yours.
It's way more than 23.
I'd say 23
I gotta
per
get.
square
I
centimeter.
gotta re-up on my Just for Men.
No play for the gray.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm old and married, and
There you go. It doesn't matter. No play for the gray
yeah.
anyways.
Although I'm thinking about buying one of those. Not the bikes, but like they're like. Anyway, some kind of workout equipment for the house. I want to live longer.
There you go.
I want to be around to. I don't know, piss people off, I guess.
I think we're. How old are you now?
Oh, shit, 38. I'll be 39 next month.
Yeah, see, so you're my age. We're kind of realizing our own mortality right
Yeah,
now.
dude, like my back hurts all the time. It's
Yep.
crazy, dude. I never injured it. I think it's just from being fat. Like, it's crazy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I haven't ate McDonald's in 2 years now. I won't ever eat it again, but I still eat other fast food, and it's like,
You can feel it. It's horrible.
You're just carrying this weight around, dude. Golly.
You know, the first time, like, okay, so, you know, I went on a diet. I stopped drinking January 31st, and then I started drinking like a month ago again. But I lost like 46 pounds, right? So I went from,
what?
I went from 316 to 270.
From not drinking?
From not drinking, and I did go on a diet. I was doing like MetaFast stuff, so I was eating like 125 calories every hour, every 2 hours, every 3 hours.
What? A MetaFast?
Yeah, MetaFast.
What's that?
So I pretty much just drink shakes and eat bars up until dinner, and then I eat protein and vegetables.
Like protein bars or like Snickers bars?
Protein bars.
Okay. I was like, you're eating fucking Snickers all day, losing weight?
That'd be awesome.
Damn, you're going to be the new Jared.
Right?
Okay, right. Not that way, but
Not
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did the MetaFast thing.
He's
I lost
Vape
a bunch of weight.
famous and soon to be Snicker famous.
Right? That'd be great. But so I started drinking again a little bit or whatever, so I've gained a little bit of weight back, so I got to get back on it. My daughter's going on vacation. When she comes back, we're hopping back on the train, her and I. She wants to, she's an athlete, so she wants to get in better shape for her sports next year. So we're going to focus on that here in the next couple weeks. I don't know where I was going with all that.
Wait, your daughter's just going, you're not going on vacation?
No, she's going to Costa Rica with her grandma.
Well, that's a nice dad. Did you say thank you, Dad?
Oh, I didn't send her.
Oh, well, still, letting you
money.
go? Who gives it? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's freaking awesome. You and I, we should go to Rocky Point. A buddy of mine just got back from there. He said it's all Arizonans down there.
I'm Mexican, and I'm afraid to go to Mexico.
But it's freaking...
I'm Hispanic. I'm sorry. I'm American with Mexican
I
heritage.
know,
Let me correct myself.
You know, I don't care about that
Well,
shit.
I do.
Like, who gives a damn? So, you're afraid to go to Mexico, for real?
You know what? My dad's from Mexico, and we didn't go back to Mexico from the age of... Well, I'll tell you why. Here's why.
Yeah, tell me.
We don't like Mexico.
Okay.
So, it's not that we don't like Mexico. We just don't want to go down there. I was probably 7 years old. My dad had just gotten a cool-ass custom 1976 Trans Am. It was beautiful, custom paint job, everything. My dad, for some reason, I just found out that he wanted to take it back down to Mexico so he could show off to his family, right? Typical Bermuda is like,
because
that's what we do.
Trans Am.
Yeah, nice Trans Am. I mean, he came here with nothing and then goes back with something cool, you know?
Yeah, why not?
Wanted to show the family he was doing well here. So we go back over there, and we're driving. We get to Mexico. We get to the little village my grandma lives in.
So you're with him?
Yeah, I'm with him.
Okay.
It's me, my brother, him. And we're down there, and we're chilling or whatever. Well, we needed to go into the town, the bigger city, which is Sinaloa or Los Mochis. It's a bigger area there, the bigger city. My grandmother lived in out in the farming area. There's a small community of probably 50 little shacks that they lived in. Well, we go into the town, and as we're driving back, we're driving down this dirt road to get back to the farm. Well, off in the distance, you can see this big billow of dirt coming at us down this dirt road, right?
It's driving home.
And we're driving home, and it's driving towards us.
So you've already showed the Trans Am off.
Right.
Okay.
So we get that wall of dust meets us, and we stop. And as the dust settles, there's literally 25 guys in a Ford pickup truck pointing shotguns and rifles at us.
So how deep into Mexico is this?
Probably 16 hours.
So you're deep in it.
Yeah.
You're not like border
No,
town.
we can't just get back to the American side real quick.
So scary situation.
Definitely a scary situation. So literally, they jump out. They pull my dad out of the car. They pull us all out of the car.
Oh my God!
They start questioning him. I guess what had happened was while we were in the city, a bank had just gotten robbed, and we happened to drive by the bank, and somebody reported that specific vehicle as being the getaway vehicle, which would be the stupidest thing in the world because it's a custom car in Mexico that nobody has.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and rob this bank with the most obvious car in the world.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So they literally pulled us out of the car, pulled all the seats out to see if we hid the money.
What?
Yeah, so they could have, you think about it, dude, now I'm 40 years old. That's 33 years ago.
Do you haven't been back since?
I could have died. No, you know what? We did go back when my grandmother passed away, which was probably about 8 years ago.
Or were you driving? Or
we
what?
drove. We took a bus that time.
Same deep split place?
Yep, same deep spot, man. So we went down there. It's amazing, dude. Like, we have a third world country just south of us.
Yeah, we drove. Dude, we went to one of the shows we did. It was in Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
So we had to drive all the way south and then through. Was it? What's that? Texas on the south side. What is
El Paso?
El Paso. So we're driving on a freeway, and we're going south, and literally all of a sudden on the other side, like the freeway starts curving to the left, and looks like a canal, and over the side of the canal is looks like a third world country, and I was like, dude, what freaking neighborhood is this?
Yep.
And everybody's like, dude, that's freaking Mexico.
Yep.
I was like, shut up, that's Mexico. It's right there. Like, literally, you can see it from, like.
And it's shacks.
They're just, it looks like just poverty everywhere. But it's right, like, people in the high-rise buildings are looking into Mexico.
Right.
Like, damn.
It's craziness.
But they got nice places in Mexico, though, right? Like
they do for the American tourists and the rich Mexicans.
Well, I mean, we got bad places here, too. Chicago.
Yeah,
Detroit.
But we have, even our homeless people here have clean water to drink. Some of those places in Mexico, they don't have clean water to drink.
You can't deny a person the right to a drink of water if you have a business, right?
Right.
And is it true to the houses, too? Like, if they come into your house, you have to give them water? Or is it just business?
I just tell them turn on the hose. You ain't coming in my house.
Right, yeah, because, yeah.
No.
But you definitely can't deny them, right?
No, not in Arizona.
Not in Arizona, because it's too hot here.
It's too hot, and you could die with no water. So.
And then yeah.
So let's get back to vape, man.
All right, what about vape?
I don't know. What else you want to talk about in vape?
What's new? Anything you like? Anything got you excited about vape right now?
New products? No, you know what I'm excited about? The fact that I'm able to bring back devices that I know were good over the last 2 years and continue selling them. Like the iStick 40 watt.
Because we're not really seeing
because we're not seeing anything
anymore.
New. We're not getting this whole
seeing like new colors and stuff.
Yeah, we're not seeing. Yeah, that's all we're seeing is new colors. We're not really seeing new devices because of the regulations.
There's a few new devices, isn't
there? They are, but not at ramp.
How do you
Remember,
feel,
it was like every month.
How do you feel about that new? Was it the one with the new style battery?
With the lipo batteries?
No, it's like a larger 18650.
Oh, I haven't even seen one of those yet.
We have one of those in our shop. Retarded.
What's the size of that battery?
40.
It's a 2700 battery?
2700. It's the Captain mod or whatever. Yeah. Comes with 2 batteries in it. It's got 40 amp.
Really? Like true
40 amp.
Because it's a bigger cell.
It's a bigger cell. It's like, yeah, it's still like 3000 mAh, but like, basically, it's better than the 26650. And it's like half the size. Which
I think was a crock of shit.
It is a bad bet. Yeah, like that battery sucks.
The 26650.
Oh my god.
All of them.
We all thought, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Look at all this battery life.
Battery life for days.
Nope. No, did not work.
They did not outperform the 18650s. But yeah, so for me, man, I'm kind of excited because I can have faith in a product now. I'm not having to sell it because it's hot or it's the newest thing. I can literally just sell it because I know it's a good product.
You're like, hey, this is great. You want a product that's going to last by this.
Right, because it's like, and then it's so affordable now for people. I mean, even if they get
so
9 months to a year out of something, it's fine. You spend $100 for 9 months out of a year for a device.
So cheap.
You really can't beat that nowadays. Granted, you remember when we were selling boxes for $150 a pop? Well, maybe you don't.
When I was selling 120 mils of juice for the retail was like
$63.
No, we were charging $80.
Really?
Yeah.
Those were the days, man. Yeah. But it's changed so much because it grew so rapidly, the demand for it.
Well, the sub-ohm, I think Tanks kind of killed it.
Right. Tanks Nautilus Mini.
Yeah,
that's the one that started it all.
TFV8s.
Atlantis.
Everybody's like, oh, this TFV12. How's that? Like, that was a tank that flopped, huh?
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
Oh, my God.
I've literally sold 3 in the shop.
Remember, we were like, how many do you think? You asked me, you said, how many do you think these are going to sell, like, the first week? I was like, they're probably, like, what was the number we came up with?
TFV12s.
What was the number we came up with? Remember, because you were asking me, like, how many do you think are going to sell the first week in Phoenix? How many shops are there here?
Probably 200 plus, 250
so,
plus.
Yeah, so I see 250, and we were averaging probably 20 per shop.
Yeah.
So we were talking, like,
4,000.
4,000. I don't think to date 4,000 have been sold in this town.
No, have you gone to the distributors? You see the racks of their TFV12s?
Please take them.
Right.
No, nobody wants them, bro.
Yeah.
It's horrible. The Cleto 120, though, dude, I'm a fan of that tank.
Oh, yeah? You like it?
It's a good tank.
What is it about it that you like it?
Because there's one coil.
Right.
They're great price. I mean,
right.
So for me, when somebody comes in our shop and they're like, oh, I need a new tank. So I ask them, I'm like, all right, so there's really only one of 3 places you can be. One, are you looking for flavor?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're looking for flavor, in my opinion, it's the Amigo. Like I have not found a tank that produces more flavor. And then I was like, or if you're looking for clouds, well, that's going to be your TFV8, right? It's your TF. You got 400 freaking coil situations here you can pick from. But then if you want something in between, it's the Cleto, man. That produces a great vapor, has really good flavor. Like the Cleto 120, man. You guys sell them?
I do sell them.
Yeah,
you
don't push them?
No, I don't.
I freaking love those tanks.
I push the Baby Beast.
Yeah, he's a baby. Hey, speaking of which,
Yes.
suddenly like the popularity of the Baby Beast, like the TFE 12 came out, and now everybody's like, "Oh, it's all about the Baby Beast."
Yeah, dude. You know
Like,
why?
how did that? Like, this is the first time we've seen a product go the other way.
Well, because this old vape shop uses them as testers.
You guys still use testers?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you guys are better than us. We couldn't do it anymore. Nobody was testing it. Like, people are just like,
Because
what?
you were charging 50 cents a sample.
No, we do. We do what you do. It's $1,
Yeah.
unlimited. But even now, they're like, just tell me what I want. Like, it's weird, right? So for us, like, we had these juices sitting there, and they sit there for 3 months before somebody go test them. You're not coil's dead. When am I gonna pay for a new coil every time? Like, and start that shit. So now we just everybody drips now. So we just swap out the cotton and pour it on it, because we maybe the most I'll get 2 people in one day
Really?
that want to test. Like, that's it.
We post it here. Like, we charge $1 per samples. Not per sample, but to sample in the shop.
Unlimited, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think people will try more than 10 most of the time.
Well, I mean,
they find a flavor they like a lot.
Yeah, it's
just
like
go with
5.
it. Yeah.
And most of the people that come in are you got such a steady base. You don't really see new people anyway.
We've
I
been
mean, you
seeing
see new people, but
yeah.
I'm saying majority of your customers.
I have a very good client.
Like, they're like, no, I'm here for freaking.
They already know what they want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
we do all right with that,
like
man.
that Custer, bro. How you've been selling that Big Willies?
I've been vaping that Big Willies.
Oh
for
my
3
god, he's
years.
still on. Oh, he's right here, guys.
Yep.
Look, this is the
Big
this
Willie's custard.
dude. This guy's made a fortune.
I
No,
don't
I'm
know
not
about a
kidding. He
fortune.
hasn't made a fortune.
Big Willie's made a fortune.
Big Willie's made a fortune. That's a fact. Yeah.
But that guy.
You were for like 3 years the only person allowed to have it in town, man.
Right. I lucked out, dude.
Yeah, you sold a lot of it for him.
It was Will Cohen, man. We'll talk about Will Cohen again. You keep coming up, buddy.
What?
Anyways, Will Cohen, I was like the 11th shop in Phoenix, and Will was trying to get Big Willie's custard into other shops, and nobody wanted it because everybody was doing their own house juices. They didn't want to carry outside juice. And I was actually co-packing my juice through Bud Out. So Bud Out was making my juice for me. They were wholesaling.
Yeah, I remember you came when we first opened. It was like all Bud Out stuff in here, man.
All
I was
Bud
like,
Out juice,
it
which
was
is
all
why I
Bud
had
Out
him on the
juice.
first podcast. Well,
yeah, that's cool, man. No, he's a good guy. We don't agree politically, but I like him a lot.
Matt is
He's
a really
actually
cool
he was
dude.
really cool. Like, I finally got to speak with him. It was I don't know. Whenever it was one of these shows. Oh, it was Will Cohen's show. Some bitch. It was Will Cohen's show, and he had a booth there.
Yeah.
And we finally got, and actually he was the one person, going back to when talking about our standards, the pro art stuff.
Yeah.
He actually looked at me. He goes, I don't carry anybody's juice but my own. He's like, he goes, man, those standards make me want to carry your juice. He never picked up our juice, but it wasn't. I didn't even care that he didn't pick up the juice. What I was happy about is he got it.
Right.
Here's a guy that I'm directly competing with,
Right.
who was like, holy shit, man, somebody actually did something right in this. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's when I got to meet him, and yeah, he's a good dude, man. But he's a good dude. I really like him.
Yeah, he's a real good dude. But back to Big Willie's, getting
Yeah,
it
Big
into
Willie's.
my shop.
Yeah.
Will Cohen brought it to me, and he's like, hey, dude, you really need to get this juice in your store. And I literally had $2,000 in the bank account when I opened, so I didn't have a whole lot of money to back me up. Fortunately, I wasn't busy at the time. So I was seeing like 2 people a day for the first 6 months. It was horrible. But he brought it to me and said, pick it up. So I bought 50 bottles, right? And they were 15 ml bottles. And I was selling them at $18 a piece, dude. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So 15 ml for $18.
What?
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah,
But
but you were probably spending $12, $13 wholesale.
Yeah, I wasn't making a ton of money.
You were
but I
making
sold
no
them.
money, dude.
So I sold out of it.
But you had a product that nobody else had.
Had a product nobody else had. It was my first hype juice that this old vape shop created the hype on, and it made my store a destination point. So at that point, after I sold out that first weekend, I called Willie up. I was like, bro, can we make this like exclusive, to Arizona?
You called Big Will himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked, and he was cool.
But even though you bought the first one through Will?
Yeah, I went through
Okay.
Will Cohen, and I went through him.
You're like, I need to go to the guy. This stuff's great. It's
Yep.
working out for you. All right.
So it worked out, and he said, yeah, man, I'll give you 3 months. And then 3 months turned into 6 months. 6 months turned into a year turned into 2 years, almost 2.5 years, man. I was the only shop to
Dude,
get
I
Willie's custard.
remember a particular shop. I'm not going to mention it, but tripping forever wanting that juice. Forever.
Right? A lot of shops did.
Yeah, and they did because they were hating on you, like, in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh, he's got something. Well, like, let the man have what he has. Sorry, he had it and was here before most of you.
Right.
Myself included. I mean, I was in the industry basically around the same time, but
Right.
but I'm, my partners and I are newly
Shop owners.
shop owners. So, and which is a new experience for us, which is
Yeah.
Definitely. It's kind of funny because I realized, you told me early on, you were like, look, dude, Facebook is not where your customers are at.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, you get some, but honestly, I would say 95% of the people we see in the shop don't belong to Facebook groups.
Right. And
then I found another statistic when we were actually at ECC together. Did you know the overwhelming majority of vapors buy their stuff at smoke shops?
Really?
Like 60% of vapors get their stuff at smoke shops.
I believe it.
And everybody's like, well, the smoke shops shouldn't sell it. Why? Yeah. Why shouldn't they sell it?
Yeah, it's getting people off of cigarettes.
I mean, are we for people not getting cancer, or are we against it?
Right.
Like, are we, like, my original mentality in this whole thing was it's only about the vapors. Like, we were trying to be better. No, well, we alienated so many people. At least myself personally, I don't know about you, but I feel like I alienated my company. We alienated so many people. Like,
right. We talked about that in the last thing too. Is that like vapors and smokers don't mesh anymore? You know, if you go out to a club or you go out to a patio, whether it's a smoking patio, like I hear smokers talking shit about vapors. Like,
and I'm like, put that piece of shit out because I can't stand the smell.
It's horrible.
I'm such the hypocrite.
Yeah.
I used to be like, I don't smell. Now I swear to God, a person across the street would be smoking a cigarette now, and I'd be like,
it's the worst smell on it.
Oh God, it's so bad, dude. Yeah. Oh, I can't. And it was like, what is it, like $12 a pack now?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's probably $9.
I think I haven't really had a cigarette in like 4 years, right?
No.
There was a time 3 years ago, I think, we were doing another show in Vegas, and we went into a club.
Yeah.
Then one of those, it was crazy. We had the guys we were with, man. It actually was the owner of Steve, owner of the shop where the homeboy shot his face off. Whoa, whatever happened to that?
I don't even know.
That's crazy. Anyways, so we were in there, and cigarettes, I was vaping, and we literally had like bottle service. We were in a paid area. Like,
right.
Ben Affleck was literally 4 feet from me. Like, literally, Ben Affleck was like right there.
Did you?
Like that dude dropped $40,000 in the 3 hours we were there. So it was fun. Anyways, so I'm vaping, and security's like, you can't do that here.
Right.
I was like, what are you talking about? Everybody in this place has a freaking cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can smoke. You want to buy a pack of cigarettes? And I was like, no, I don't want to buy a pack of cigarettes. So about an hour went by, and I'm drinking. I need my nicotine.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it, somebody give me a cigarette. I took 3 drags and almost threw up. Like, couldn't handle it, dude. It's so gross. Like, how did we do that?
I have no clue.
Like,
it's horrible. It's not a fun experience. I don't know why I liked it or why I even did it. Because my parents didn't smoke at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like 4th grade, and I was pulling cigarettes out of ashtrays and shit.
Yeah. God, dude, what's so dirty? Like, oh my God, it's so dirty.
But I did it. We did it.
We did it.
And you still see homeless people doing that shit.
Like bum. Yeah, but it's a bum mentality. Like,
right.
Like you can be, you know what I mean? Like there's been times in my life where I couldn't get a cigarette.
Right.
And there'd be like a half-burnt cigarette. I'm like, fuck it. I need it.
Addictions, like a
dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like so bad, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've done everything in this world, and the one thing that was the hardest thing for me to quit was cigarettes, dude. Like, people are like, oh, you quit smoking? Yeah, I vape. They're like, well, aren't you supposed to quit vaping? I'm just happy I don't have a cigarette in my mouth. And I started at like 18, so I'm at 3. So let me deal with my. I'd have to say at this point, I love to vape. Like, is that weird? Like,
no.
Like, I may never quit vaping.
Correct.
Like, I'm gonna be, 80, however old I live, and I'm just gonna be
clouds.
like chucking clouds in the freaking nursery home.
Nursery
home. I mean? Like this fucking asshole.
Right. I actually snuck in a vaporizer for one of my customers. He had his leg amputated, and he was in like a nursing home. So I snuck him in a vaporizer.
Sucks.
So he's an older guy, great customer of mine, Yoda. I love you if you're watching the video.
What's up, Yoda?
But he had something up with his leg, so they had to amputate it. I think he's like 70 some odd years old, but I snuck him in an AIO and some zero.
Did he get caught?
He didn't care. It was hilarious, dude.
He was like, I don't give a damn.
He was so hopped up on drugs, like the nurses would come in, and he would just. And
you gonna kick me out of my hospital chair, buddy?
Dude.
You gonna kick me out? You just took my leg. You gonna kick me out of the chair?
He didn't even ask permission. He didn't try to hide it or nothing. He just did it. So, but I took him with zero nicotine because I guess nicotine slows down your healing process. So I didn't take him any nicotine at all. I only gave him 0. But he was happy to do something hand to mouth.
Yeah, but doesn't VG help? Didn't they say like they've been lining the hospitals with VG since the 50s, right?
Not VG, the PG.
PG.
Yeah,
sorry, yeah, PG. Yeah, probably because it actually kills
It's
bacteria. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So in a way, well, you can't say health things, right?
Right,
so
right.
Whatever.
So,
Anyways, do
I don't know
the
when the last time
research
you were
yourself.
sick.
Come to your own conclusion.
That's it.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So don't, dude. I was watching yesterday in our store. We don't have, Cox isn't in there yet, which is the weirdest thing. Like, there's no, but that building hasn't had internet since its conception.
Well, they just use next door's Wi-Fi or what?
No, like the building doesn't have internet wired to it.
How do they do
Like
credit card transactions?
So we have Verizon like wireless cards set up to our thing. It's like it's crazy. So we have to, everybody, including Starbucks, is using a Verizon wireless hotspot to run credit card transactions. Right. So, anyways, the TV was on and it was like a Laugh Channel or something, and it was maybe it was a Roseanne or something was on. And the guy's walking through the diner with a cigarette, like smoking a cigarette. Right. And I looked up and I said, "Look at that! You guys see that?" And everybody missed it. I was like, "Dude, he's smoking in a TV show. Like, can we get back to just letting us be us?"
Right.
Like, dude, like there's warning packs on every pack. I'm not advocating smoking, but I'm advocating make your own decisions.
Right.
Like, if anything, they're talking about healthcare and everything. If anything, they should be pushing this, right?
Right.
They should be like, all right, dude, if you vape, we'll cover you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, at least get off those stinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something, dude.
Yeah, it's big business, man, unfortunately. And right now we're probably losing the battle, but we've got a lot of good people working on the front.
Are you feeling optimistic about anything right now?
I am. I think overall as a community, we're all feeling optimistic,
What indicators do you have for that?
I think just the new year, just like your brother said, it just kind of felt like, okay, we went through 6 months of emotional hell.
That was a roller coaster.
It was horrible, right? And then we were just like, okay, new year, start over, let's get going again. And I've told people this inside the shop, as much as people don't like President Trump, he may be Vape's only hope at the moment,
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, to be honest with you, even if we'd gotten Hillary, it's really kind of resting on who's sitting up there right now, right? Like, it's their policies.
Yeah.
So.
And the way the Democratic Party was working towards against Vape, it's definitely wasn't for us.
So explain this. Can anybody explain this? Democrats, anti-vape, pro-marijuana. Republicans, pro-vape, anti-marijuana. It's two sides of the same freaking coin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're built to...
Why?
You think they honestly give a shit about us?
No, they... no.
Neither one of them.
I've never said that, never will. They hate us all.
Yeah.
But my point is... I don't know what my point is. My point is, everything's a fight. Why does everything got to be a struggle?
Right.
Like, the struggle for me was getting off cigarettes.
Right.
I've accomplished that.
Yeah.
So just let me be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not causing anybody problems. I vape in my house. My house doesn't smell like a dirty ashtray.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Do you vape in your house?
No, my wife doesn't let me.
No.
I vape in my bedroom. I have my own bedroom.
That's another story for another day.
It is another story for another day. I actually like it. It's my own little space.
Yeah, there you go.
It works out well.
Right on.
Right on, dude. Well, we're looking at about an hour and two, and it's gone by so fast.
Golly, it's been an hour.
It's crazy. We've been.
I want to do this again. I freaking enjoyed it,
Dude,
but I want to do it live next time.
Do it live next time.
Yeah, let's do it live next time.
All
But
right.
I'm sure you got a bunch of guests. You got some. Who you got next week?
I don't have anybody lined up yet, but after this one, I'm sure people will want to be a part of it more. So I'm thinking, I don't know who I would like to ask next. I'm thinking maybe Keith from Valor Vapor.
Keith from Valor Vapor.
He's a beautiful man.
God. Like, what does he eat? Spinach for breakfast?
Spinach and freaking oil of Olay.
Ole.
So we'll see. Keith, if you're watching, bro, if you've heard this or not, I'm going to call you up here in the next few days, and hopefully we can set up a time for you to come in and talk with us.
Dude.
Just kind of give us a...
I know you're probably not known too much. You should get a hold of... shit. Oh, my God. Buddy from Evo. They just got robbed. You should have him in, dude.
Right.
Like, that'd be... Well, whatever. Anyways, but yeah.
I really wanted to...
Actually, you know what? Get the original, man. Get freaking... Go back. Go...
Chad?
Yeah, get Chad in here, man.
All right.
Chad's good. Get Chad in here.
Chad
can tell some stories. Right? He is the vape game. At least, like...
He's the beginning. He was the...
Right,
the
like
first.
before you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's way back.
Yeah.
And Bud Out, too, but I'm just saying, like, Bud Out was we'll call it East Coast.
Yeah.
And we'll call Chad West Coast over here, right? You know what I mean? So get Chad in here.
Those were crazy days, man. But yeah, man. So we'll definitely get people. I'm obviously going through people I know and have talked to before and have relationships with on a regular basis. We'll go through those people first, you know. So
Yeah,
I've got a myriad
absolutely.
of them. I mean, if you go to any other shop, they normally know me because I talk
Everybody
to a lot
knows
of
you,
them, you know.
Luis.
It's cool, man. I
Mhm.
really enjoy talking to the community and hanging out with people, and I'm very open with my business and how I run it and what's going on in my
Well, it's
business.
definitely one of the most unique shops in the valley.
Well, thanks, man. I
Yeah, I
appreciate
did.
it.
I putting these curtains up. It didn't. It brightened it in a weird way. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I feel like the color came out more now that the sun's not shining through.
It's a little more cozy.
Yeah, seriously. Like I feel like we should get a bottle of wine and,
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like just like,
way to lead into the.
you know what I'm saying? What you're gonna have wine days
We're
now?
doing
Shut
We're
up.
doing wine, cheese, and vape here, bro.
So how is?
Okay,
we'll
so
talk about that off camera.
The
then.
reason why is because
So
Big
is this
Willie's Custard. I stopped drinking beer.
BY.
BYO.
So you're on wine now? You're drinking wine now?
I drink the wine and beer now.
Whiskey?
No, crazy.
Come on, let's get some whiskey.
I look like I want to stab you with a spoon. No, thank
You
you.
get violent on whiskey?
Dude,
You're one of those guys?
I am.
Oh,
I'm
man,
a
that
happy
sucks. Drunk until you drink whiskey?
Until I drink whiskey.
We had a
or
friend like that
Fireball,
once. He died. Rest in peace.
which is why I don't do it.
Fireball? No, just regular. Just get some. You know. There's all kinds of good whiskey out there.
There is tons of it, but I'm not going to touch it because I don't trust
love it.
myself.
I'm like, dude, I'll drink that straight from the bottle, bro. I don't
So,
care. Anyways, go on.
We are doing the wine, cheese, and vape event. That's going to be on the 23rd. Friday the 23rd, we're doing it.
Of this month.
Of this month. So 2 Fridays from now.
God, I need to get a babysitter.
So it should be cool, man. We're going to bring in some wines, and then we've paired them up with a bunch of different flavors. We'll probably go through about
So they're
5
going to like
flavors.
drink some wine, some cheese, and then have a vape?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, dude, because Big Willie's Custard with a really dry wine tastes freaking awesome.
custard with wine.
Oh, my gosh, it's so good. And
Really?
then what was the other one? The Hawaiian cookie I was doing last night from Big Willie's.
With wine? What?
With wine. With red wine, bro. It's
No
good.
fruit flavors with wine?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, now I'm intrigued.
Yep, so we'll be doing that.
So Friday the 23rd.
Yes.
Yeah, there's gonna be a wine event
This
here
guy.
at This Old Vape Shop because this guy keeps reinventing himself. It's too freaking hot for fire nights right now, right?
It is too freaking
Are those
hot,
coming
so-
back in the?
Oh, yeah, in the
winter?
wintertime, definitely we'll bring it back.
Yeah, he's got so many good ideas. You should
Just a
steal
matter of
them all.
implementing them. Steal them all, just like everybody else.
But he'll just stay ahead of you. And he'll be like, oh, Luis did that last
He did
month.
something else.
Right.
Now he's got a
so
dunk tank
soon
in the
coming my
shop.
podcast where I'm going to have Luis over.
right.
I gotta get this.
All right, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Well, my name's Luis.
I'm Adam.
And Adam, you're the owner of...
Parrot Nation. And
Then-
Parrot Vapors and Pro Art Vapors. And
Yes.
I have 2 partners, too. I love them both.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out, man. Sitting down, having a talk
Dude,
with
I had
us.
a great time.
It's gone by so
this is
fast,
fun.
dude.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, dude. I'm really excited for this and what this is going to turn out to be because I really enjoy talking to people, and I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to
Oh,
come
dude,
hang
I was
out
glad
with
to
me.
be here.
So thank you, sir.
All right, brother.
And we'll see you
God
guys
bless.
next time
Be
at
good.
This Old Vape Shop.